Hi, so I'm Amanda. This has been a very long, drawn-out process that I have never spoken about publicly because as a business owner, I really prefer to stay neutral and keep shit off social media. But over the last year, I have been being harassed and bullied by a former employee. She worked for me from my husband from 2020 to June of 21. She quit the day after coming to my baby shower, but she maintained a good friendship with me and texted me and talked to me for a year after she stopped working for me. Actually, a little more than that, according to my texts. She says that we abused her and stole money from her, when in reality she was borrowing money and then having me take it out of her check, which I have text proof. She also was an employee for the last 6 months, so I can prove where every single one of her tips went with her paycheck and the amount of piercings that she did. It was a constant battle with her. I understand mental health. I'm a big supporter. I told her that she should go get help. We're here to help you in any way that we can. I'm not a mental health counselor, so all I can do is suggest that you go get help and be supportive of that. During this time, she would just not show up to work. She would take off randomly, and she had asked for her job back many times. We had never fired her. There had been times where we took her out of our group chat just because we didn't know where she was, what she was doing. She wasn't communicating. She left her children in Illinois to live with her parents while she was living in Iowa. I told her multiple times she should go get her kids, she should be responsible. There's only so much I can say on here because we are going to court in January of next year for slander and defamation. We sent her a cease and desist letter this past August, but before the beginning of last year, she had no problem with me. We are body modification artists in the state of Iowa. It is not illegal to do body modification. There's no rules against it. She got a hand implant like this one, and she says that we caused nerve damage in her hand and she can no longer pierce. Now, I have text messages where she says she loves her hand implant. She has no problems with it. She continued to pierce at our studio for 9 months after. So from August until June, she got the implant in August of 2020. She had no problems. And then she continued to pierce after that at different studios and had no problems. And now she's saying that we caused damage and we're terrible people. Mind you, when she was at another studio, she recommended us for modification work to The Apprentice. She texted me with the work that The Apprentice had done and said how great it looks. She wrote us great reviews. It wasn't until she got pissed off for some reason that now we are terrible people. When I had a C-section for my daughter, I was in the hospital and she was asking us questions about a magnet implant that she did on her own hand that she could have caused damage to, but it was the other hand. But she had no training whatsoever and she did that on a whim. But that is her choice, absolutely. But there's more to the story than's being put out there. If we were such bad artists and did so many terrible things, why would you refer us to people? Why would you continue working for us? Why would you say how much you loved it? She texted me here in February of last year, and here's the date and the timestamp. If we were so bad, she was in Illinois, I'm in Iowa. She was asking me about my professional opinion about her niece's chin. Whether it needs stitches. Can I have your opinion? Should I take my niece to get stitched in her chin, or will it be okay? She fell on a ball and hit the granite. I said, yes, she needs sutures 100%. And she said, thanks. If I was such a bad person, abusive and terrible at my job, why would she ask me an opinion about a child? She could call the doctor. She could go to the ER, but she needed my opinion. That doesn't make much sense. On top of that, she says that we forced her to do drugs. There were plenty of times where she would smoke, drink, do whatever. Now, I'm a sober person. I have partaken in stuff in the past, but I don't force people to do anything. This is a touchy subject. I'm only gonna say so much here, but She did drugs in the past. She still does drugs now. She posts about smoking and stuff on her social media, which is completely fine. I am not pro or no or any of that. To each their own. But nothing was ever forced upon her. And that is something that I can also prove in text message. It's just crazy to me that in this culture, cancel culture era, somebody can say something and it instantly be true. And we always believe the victim. But sometimes the person that is claiming to be the victim is actually the abuser. I think that what has taken place here has been extraordinarily detrimental to my mental health. I started going to counseling 2 times a week. I've asked her, we've sent her a cease and desist letter to stop. I've made new social medias. She finds me. She has her boyfriend, who is a sheriff, comment on my social media, new social media. He's trying to add me on Snapchat, and it says by search. Why would her boyfriend, who's a sheriff, be trying to add me? On Christmas Day, she was screenshotting my Snapchat. She is blocked now, but she was screenshotting my Snapchat. Why? If I'm an abusive person, why would you not just leave me alone? Furthermore, she was asking people who were working for me at the time when she was not about me. Why is Manda posting this on her social media? Manda looks stupid. If I'm an abusive person, why would you be stalking me? This is, and I have the text messages to prove that. I have the chat where she's asking about me. It's been a continuous thing, and I just want to be left alone, and she doesn't feel as though that's right. I'm going to make a video every day with updates, and a lot of the people that she has on her side, I can disprove a lot of the things that they're saying. One guy talks about one of his pets that passed away. Somebody talks about how I stole some things. There's 2 sides to every story. I've kept mine really quiet just because I want to be left alone. I want my daughter to be safe. Calling me, telling me to go kill myself from blocked numbers. Having a group chat where I had a miscarriage and somebody in one of the group chats said, it's good that my baby died because they never had to meet me. And that was probably the worst thing that anybody's ever said to me, or not to me, but about me. Telling me to walk into the street, nobody will miss me. Suicide is so prevalent right now in our day and age, and to being bullied by grown adults is just too much. It's too much. And I just want to be left alone. And I appreciate any donations that we can get. This is going to be a super long, drawn out process. But my lawyer is super confident, and so am I, with the amount of stuff that I have. And she says she has all of these people that will back her and all the people that I've abused. But there's 2 sides to every story, and I have the text messages to prove my side. I just want my side now to be heard because I have nothing to hide. I just want everything to, I just want to be left alone. It has died out a little bit because I have an emergency protective order that was granted last week, and we have court next week for that. And my lawyer is confident that that will hold as well because of the consistent bullying, and stalking. This is stalking at this point. When I'm making new social medias and you're going out of your way to find me, that's stalking. When you're having your boyfriend contact me, that's stalking. It's gross. And as a grown adult with children, you would think that you don't have time to do that, because I know that I don't. I focus on my daughter. But I'm asking for help. I've never asked for help, and I've always helped others. So I hope that somebody's able to help me here.